Okay, Xbox, let's have a fucking discussion, right? Because I even defended the Xbox Game Pass because it legitimately is a good product. Like, you can save 70 ish, 80 ish dollars and, just play games for a little, like, some for free. I have my gripes about it because the question is you don't really own any of the games. Like, you have the games until you decide I don't want to play the subscription, then you'll lose it all. But if it's something you do to just play a game for a little bit, but then if you really like the game, you end up just buying it. I mean, I think it's just an objectively better product. I'm surprised Sony's not doing the same thing, but let's be fair. They're effectively like the iPhone of consoles. You have a PlayStation just to flex. And PlayStation is also a monopoly nowadays since Xbox is not competing. So they can charge whatever fucking product. And I made a post on Facebook about how all the game stories are just the same because there's no creative storytelling. Like, you have games that look good on PlayStation, but you don't really have decent games. But that's neither here nor there. I defended the Xbox Game Pass, but again, what I was told is they've increased the price by 50%. And you know what? Let me just watch it before I'll have my opinion as we go.
Hey everyone, Xbox Game Pass is getting an upgrade.
Off the bat, you have to get the play game remote right here, the Xbox remote, the PC keyboard, and every one of these like set pieces, they are specifically put together to make this individual seem like, yeah, I'm a gamer too. Like, look at this, like, this is put together by a team of PR. Like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Yeah, fucking plants. Like, is this the room of a gamer, or is this the room of a PR spokesperson trying to be like, hey, I'm a gamer too? Like, and you think I'm just overthinking this? No, like, this is all part. Like, there are people whose entire job it is to arrange these things in a way to make this individual, whoever, like, not her in particular, but whoever is here, look relatable. Also, the type of clothes she's wearing, again, is meticulously, put together to make her seem like, if this individual's in a suit, would she feel like a gamer? Like, and you can tell a lot. I'm gonna go on a tirade. You can tell a lot by the devs based off what they're wearing. Like, I'm looking at Chinese and Japanese devs that show up to Gamescom, and they have the suit, but they also have the T-shirt under it, and that the baggy pants, and that shows that I just came from fucking doing my programming, doing my job to give you my gaijin, my bomb ass games that is pushing our culture through soft power onto you. And now we're here, and when we're done, we're gonna go back to working on our fucking games because we gotta work for a living. This just seems fake. I mean, you got the makeup on. Like, you have the makeup as if you should be in a suit, but the clothes is not. Am I nitpicking? Yes, but I've taken classes, I've talked to people. This is things that they think, like, arrange to put across the emotion.
Listen to your feedback, and now you have even more freedom to choose how you play the games you want. Here's a look at what's new and what's changing. First off, you might have noticed some changes to the plan names. Xbox Game Pass Core is now Xbox Game Pass Essential. Xbox Game Pass Standard is now Xbox Game Pass Premium. And Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is still Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. We explored other names, but they didn't work out.
So you have different tiers of subscription. Why not just have the one tier? Right? Like streaming services has also done this. It's like you get the basic bitch streaming service, but then you also get the HBO, like a different bundle, which gives you access to another fifth of the movies that you would have access to, but they're keeping it away from you. But then there's the Mega Booty Ultimate Bundle, which gives you access to another fifth of the category. And if you don't get any of that, you're effectively, paying, like, you'll end up paying more because streaming services are hiking their prices. You're paying more for effectively the same product.
Of course, a lot more is changing than just the names. We've expanded all Xbox Game Pass plans to give you more games and more ways to play and more rewards than ever. Let's look at the upgrades to the plans one by one. First up, Essential, formerly known as Core. This plan is expanding to give you more ways to play, including PC and cloud gaming. Previously, Core was primarily for...
So in other words, you don't own your games. You pay for the privilege to play the game, but you don't own them. They're on a cloud. If you, for any reason, you choose not to want to pay the subscription, you lose it all. It's the whole you will own nothing and be happy. And they're saying, oh, you should be comfortable with not owning any of your games. Why? Yeah, I get it. You have a terms of service, and the terms of service benefits the company more than the consumer. But if you have a PC, can I say this on YouTube? You can search the high seas, if you know what I mean. You can go Jack Sparrow, if you know what I mean. You don't gotta put up, like on Steam, okay, you pay the $70 for your newest slop, current graphic slop, and you own the game. And if you, for any reason, Steam goes down or the company decides not to give you the product or not to support the product, arg me matey, you know what I mean? Wink, wink. And if you don't have a PC, why the fuck do you care? Like, this is something that does not benefit. If you just have an Xbox, if you just have the current Xbox, you don't really care about this.
Console, but Essential now lets you play games on Xbox console, PC, and cloud. That means you have the freedom to stream and play on any supported device. And with cloud...
But again, do you own that? Like, it's in the cloud. You don't have the thing. At least, again, on Steam, you have the thing. You have the file. If there's a will, there's a way. Even if Steam decides to go defunct, again, arg me matey.
Cloud gaming, that includes a lot of devices. We're also expanding the game library so you get access to over 50 games. And of course...
How many fucking games do, like, taking into consideration the 360 and the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X, how many games are available on Xbox? Like, can you feasibly play? Like, how many games exist for Xbox, period? And of all of that, like, you just play 50 new games. And it's a forever revolving door of games. Like, maybe a couple months you can play one group of games, but then you can play another. Like, just 50? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Of course, you still get online multiplayer, so you can keep playing with your squad. Another upgrade is that Essential now includes in-game benefits for some of the biggest games, like League of Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, and Overwatch 2. And with Essential, you can earn up to 25,000 rewards points a year just by playing the games you love. You can redeem your points for Xbox gift cards to get new games, add-ons, and more. So if you've got your...
What? So you get points to get a thing to get. What about the games? You do realize you're a gaming console, right? Like, I get it. You tried your very best to move away from that, you know, in the past, and it shot you in the fucking ass, right? You know, they tried being literally anything else but a gaming console. And I'll give Phil Spencer this. He's taking it on the fucking chin. Bro's like, yeah, we have dropped the ball and completely lost this console war. And it's like, so what about the games? What about the exclusives? What about the reason why you would get a console, get an Xbox over a PlayStation or over a Nintendo or over a PC? Like, I'm confused. Like, why? Like, okay, Steam has this, but Steam's also the biggest game library to exist. I mean, yeah, okay, to get points to do, like, so many of these online services is doing this very fucking thing. I mean, okay, to be fair, Xbox had points for a while, but they never really marketed it like the way they're doing now. They never wasted your time. It's just something you can redeem for money if you played enough. But now they're acting like it's this essential fucking feature, something we already have. What about the games?
Try on some DLC, you can spend points to bring home the bundle. Next up, Premium, formerly known as Standard.
Can you use their points to redeem any of these passes without using money? Like, okay, you play games, you buy, I don't know, physical merch and physical tap. You buy DLCs and you're like, okay, maybe for 1 year I'm going to spend these points to buy the pass just for a year. Is that something you can do? I don't even fucking know. And how much would it cost?
While Standard was built with console players in mind, Premium was built with everyone in mind. So we're giving you more ways to play with this one too, with games on Xbox console, PC, and cloud. You heard that right. PC and cloud are coming to Premium.
But you could have this with just the gold. Like, there's games I can theoretically play on my Xbox that I can download on my PC. I don't know how the fuck to get them to work, but they do download. Like Exoprimal, I like that game. And Anvil, I also like that game. But it's like, oh, okay, so something you could do anyway. They're marketing it as a feature.
With Premium, you get access to over 200 games. And when a new game is published by Xbox, it'll be added to the Premium library within 1 year of launch.
So they're gating more games behind you buying. Like, why don't you just give all of them access to all the games? And, I don't know, do the thing where every once in a while you get maybe more points, or I mean, you can still have your stupid shit for cloud and gaming and all that, but why lock more of a product behind different, you know, subscription tiers? That just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, oh, you gotta pay more to get access to games that you don't own, and you can play for a little bit until they decide to take them off the store.
Premium also now offers the same in-game benefits for some of the biggest games, so you can instantly unlock characters, cosmetics, and more.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that with the other, like the previous. You could do that with the previous pass.
Looking good. With Premium, you can play and earn up to 50,000 rewards points a year. Plus, you get access to exclusive quests, and you get twice the points when you buy games and add-ons. So you'll have even more ways to earn rewards. Finally, let's take a look at Ultimate. The best thing about Ultimate is that you can play new games on day one. That includes games like Call of Duty Black Ops 7, The Outer Worlds 2, and High on Life 2. But now, the best is getting even better. Ultimate subscribers will get access to over 75 day one games per year. We're also adding 2 new partner subscriptions. With Ultimate, you'll now have access to Ubisoft Plus Classics in addition to EA Play.
Oh my god, because yeah, this is what people totally love is having to deal with other fucking third-party fucking apps just to play a game. Yeah, because this is absolutely, like, it's not like people fucking boycotted Helldivers 2 because PlayStation, Sony try to pull this bullshit because they want your fucking data. And they're like, they want to sell it to data brokers. Like, ooh, this is absolutely what the consumer wants. Is to have to deal with other fucking launchers just to play a fucking game that you own. Well, you don't own, I'm sorry. It's on the cloud, so if for any reason you decide not to pay the subscription, you do not own the game. I fucking forgot. But now you have to deal with these stupid fucking third-party, like, shit. Instead of just on PC double-clicking and just playing the game. And why do you care if you don't have a PC? Are they anticipating people moving from Xbox to PC? Is this what they're doing? Because I heard a lot of people are just canceling their subscriptions because of what I heard that she's probably going to get into. I heard they're hiking the price up 50%. I doubt they'll ever get into it, but in this, because they don't ever, like, don't you find it weird that the price is never discussed when revealing shit like this? Like the price of the product, the price of the service, the price of any of these. It's like they know they're gouging people, but they don't want you to know.
And Fortnite Crew will be added in November. In total, Ultimate gives you access to over 400 games playable on Xbox console, PC, and cloud. And when you stream games with cloud gaming, Ultimate gives you our best quality with the shortest wait times. To round out the package, you get the same in-game benefits.
So you're bottlenecked even less than you already are on consoles. I mean, congratulations. your internet, you actually have access to more of the download speed that you would have on the internet you pay for, on a gold subscription that you paid for. Thank you, Xbox. Thank you. I am so glad you're allowing me this privilege.
You're used to. And with Ultimate, you can play and earn up to 100,000 rewards points a year.
Okay, so
that's 4 times the points you get with Essential. So now you know what's new with Xbox Game Pass Essential, Premium, and Ultimate. All 3 plans are designed to give you more value, more rewards, and more ways to play than ever before.
But what about more games? Where are the games? What games? Are you coming out with new games? The reason people play a console for the games? Like, all of this is like secondary, but if okay, you get access to the new schlop that they shove out, but do they have access to certain indie games? Like, Is micro like I get it. Microsoft doing a thing where it's shutting down studios and games that like what they did with Hi-Fi Rush, because Hi-Fi Rush, okay, it wasn't the most popular, but it was an Xbox exclusive. It was like, hey, here's a fucking reason to buy an Xbox, and they completely shut down that studio. It's like, why? Yeah, you had a studio that made a game that people wanted to play, and they're like, we don't want to play with you anymore. Why? Well, what's the reason? Like, I get you're trying to become the Netflix of gaming, but if people just have a console, what do they benefit other than having to pay 50% more? Like, I'm not being facetious. Like, the console wars is over. And we've all lost. We didn't know what the war actually was. We thought it was PlayStation, and Xbox. And it was when these companies actually competed. Nah, it's gamers and game companies. And we've already lost because I guess they're banking on this new generation just accepting this.
And however you like to play, Xbox Game Pass has a plan that's right for you, because this is how we play now.
That sounds like a threat. Like, you just threatened me. And what is this we? I don't play like this. I'm on PC. I'm thinking I should get fucking rid of my Xbox Gold. I mean, I have like, 3 games I would still play on if I ever, like, my Xbox just gathering dust. I mean, well, I don't really have time to really play many games, but why would I ever boot that shit up? And a lot of games, like she said, are just cross-platform anyway. Like, this just seems like a thinly veiled threat. This is how we play now. No. Xbox sound huge. Let's check the comments. Cancel subscriptions. That's how I play now. Oh God. Oh God, bro. Nah. Nobody can kill Xbox better than Microsoft themselves. Yep. Changing the name from standard to premium is some crazy Black Mirror episode stuff. The level of incompetence is astounding. How these people even get to holding such a high position at these companies while being deaf to their consumer, because they know people are just gonna lap it up anyway. Congratulations, you've convinced me to not renew my subscription next month. Again, I'm probably going to get rid of my gold. I just don't play my Xbox anymore. I have games on there that I would play. I just don't. When she said we listened to your feedback, she was talking about the shareholders. The shareholders. Okay, that just sound like she's talking to people that invested and not to the gamer, the consumer, the people that are putting food on their table. Like, I really got to think, like, yeah, that's kind of, it's like, oh, they get access to things outside of the games that you play, because there's very few coming out. This is how we play now. Sounds like a most unintentionally threatening slogan I've ever heard. Oh, God, it does. Like, everyone in this comment section is just shitting on it. That's how we play it. Like, I'd like the exact same service for more money, more ads, and my frame rate locked behind a paywall. Said no one ever. Yeah, like don't you like the enshittification of your products? And this is a term that people are using online to describe what they're describing is services completely throwing, user interaction out the window for money. It's like they forget what they exist for. And again, the term isn't, this intellectually based term. It's not, a room full of intellectuals, coming together to agree on a term. It's the mailman and the guy that working the bar and the fucking construction worker coming home and realizing they're paying more, but they're not getting more for their services, more for their entertainment. That's the origin of the term. It's not journalists, people with degrees coming up with. It's just average, ordinary people being like, why am I paying more for a worse product, a worse service? We didn't ask for Fortnite subscriptions. We didn't ask for old Ubisoft games that are constantly on sale anyway. Exactly. We didn't ask for games that if you have a fucking PC, you can get anyway. I remember my feedback being raise the price by 50%. Yeah, and notice how they don't even talk about the price anymore. 29.99 a month is insane, and honestly, it's slap in the face of loyal fans. Yeah, they're like, you'll give us more money. Yeah, of course you will. Hey, Microsoft, it's been a few days. I'm sure you've scrolled through all those comments all over the internet. So why aren't you actually listening to the feedback? Yes, because again, they're looking over the consumer. This is what happens when the fucking salespeople runs your company. And Steve Jobs talked about this. It's like at first you start out and people actually want to put value into the world and add artistic value. When a company starts up, they want to put value into people's lives. But then when a company grows too big, then the sales people move in and everything is just cold calculative numbers or what do the shareholders say, and this is where the enshittification starts. And I mean, whatever people's opinion on Steve Jobs, he was correct. You could say this with VTubing because I watched this video just completely out of nowhere of this I think it was a new manager for this VTuber, and his manager is like, you should stream with male VTubers and stream with male streamers because they have more subscribers, and the VTuber just laughed at her, and I understand why. And it's like, this is like, because what that manager sees is numbers. And it's like, number goes up if you stream with more people. But what the VTuber knows is if she does that, her consumer base is going to be mad. They're going to unsubscribe. And at best, you gained a couple more people. But, I mean, people watch their VTubers mostly for the Oshi experience. And the consumer, and the VTube fan will know why the individuals, the VTubers doing this, and some will be fine with it, some won't like it, because it's taking away from the experience. I think this is where Microsoft is at now. I mean, they've been at this for a while, but I think this is them literally just straight up saying it. It's going to be bad when they say, we've listened to your feedback. Brave of them to leave comments on. Yes. I mean, very bold of them. We listen to our shareholders. Oh, God. I just canceled my Gamepass subscription. You guys have billions already. Why are you guys so greedy? They're a company. Again, they listen to the shareholders. They listen to their salespeople. You are no longer the consumer like you are not their priority anymore. Like you said, they made enough money. They just want to gouge people that are just going to keep playing. I've never speed ran a cancel subscription faster in my life. Oh God. Feedback for next update. Lower the price. Yeah. Good luck. You get the tier that most of us will be selecting. Game Pass canceled. Facts, bro. Oh my God! Thanks for that title. Subscription canceled. Game Pass was the only thing keeping this brand on life support. You just killed it. Yes, they killed the one thing. Like again, I don't understand. I defended the Game Pass, even though I had my gripes because you get games at a cheap subscription. But now they're just raising it for no reason. You listen to their feedback, it's probably the most egregious gaslighting I've ever heard. Yeah, this is how we play now. This sounds like, yes, this is what I said. That's a threat. I don't want to play like this no more. Thanks for the motivation to buy a PS5. They have a better game pad. Does PlayStation have a better game? They probably do now, but see, now you're moving to a monopoly, and I see PlayStation they're already stepping into hot water with the price of their hardware. The industry doesn't seem to like to see consumers happy. Here in Brazil, the price was $60. Now it's 120. So they doubled the price in Brazil. Huh. Xbox is how we play. Xbox user cancel subscription. This is how we play now. Yeah. But anyway, man, it's surprising how fast you can just fuck up a product just overnight. Have I watched do they have a whole press release on this? I gotta watch that maybe tomorrow. But anyway, now there's even less of a reason to have an Xbox over a PC. Hey, don't look at me. This is what they're saying, not me. Xbox sound. Alright, peace out.